Hey guys, just wondering what you guys do on your lunch break. This is what I do. I roll one of these and I come down here. Little break in the rain finally. Beautiful enough day. Nice enough doobie. This is some Gorilla Glue. Which I think they got sued over. So now they just call it GG. And there's been a couple of them like that. There's another one that was out called Bruce Banner, which Marvel fans know who that is. And they got in trouble for that. So they changed it to Bruce Banished. Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. But I like the idea of giant and green. I saw a pod of, I think you call them a pod, of seals moving through here as I was coming down the waterfall trail, but the trail is eroded to the point where it's just not safe for me to have one of my hands busy when I'm on it. That and this camera sucks so bad, all I get is pictures of dots in the distance and make it not worth it. Well, I'm getting ready to start my third summer here, I guess. At the end of this summer, anyway, I'll have been here 4 years. And none of it's worn off, even in the slightest. I'm still mind blown every time I come down here. The very first time I came down here by myself, right out there, a whale breached all the way out of the water. It was close enough to shore that I could actually hear them land. It's pretty incredible. I still see whales out here from time to time, but I've not seen one breach yet since that day. Oh. I came down here last night at low tide. Came out right there and walked down there to where you see that white house closest down to the beach underneath them big houses. There's a road that goes up there, and there's a porta-john there. I stopped to use the porta-john real quick, and when I stepped out, there's a county sheriff sitting there. I just started headed back towards the beach. He felt the necessity to make contact with me and ask me what was going on. We all know how that's going to turn out. I can't quite explain the look they get on their faces. It's a mixture of shock, fear, and indignation. They just utterly cannot believe that their authority is being checked. So this cop says, "Can I have a word with you?" I said, "No thank you." He said, "Well, I need to talk to you." I said, "Is this a consensual conversation?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Then I withdraw my consent, and any further attempts to converse with me will be considered harassment and intimidation under the color of law, and I will bring charges under Title 18, Section 242, deprivation of rights under the color of law. Have a good night, sir." And then I just stared at him until he got in his car and went away. He didn't go away right away. He got on the radio, apparently talked to somebody that explained to him what I said. Realized his pension was at stake and he better take a fucking ride. Yeah, there's those seals again. I really thought they're going to come through on the camera because I can just make them out with my eyes. I thought there were waves at first, but they're going in the wrong direction. Oh, there went something too, something bigger. Further out. Maybe that's why they're in here. You might be getting hunted by something out there in the deeper water. I have seen orcas in this area. They used to come right up here in the bay years ago. I'm not sure why they don't anymore, or they haven't in a long time, but I showed on a video before, down in the harbor there, they have these huge colonies of male sea lions. Sea lions are so fucking ornery that they only hang out, the males and females only hang out when it's time to mate. The rest of the year they go their separate ways. So the males are all here right now, while the females are off in California or Mexico or wherever. But I would absolutely piss my pants with joy to be able to catch an orca snagging one of them sea lions off the rocks. I love orcas anyway. Why are people so surprised when the orcas at SeaWorld start jumping people? To quote Ron White, there's a reason we don't call them fucking ocean ponies. They are not to be trifled with. Said it before, I'll say it again. If getting my head chomped off is on the menu, I'm not going to that party. Years ago, when adrenaline was fun, and I had no fear of being mangled, I didn't mind it. But now that I know there's worse things than death, and I am no longer pleased with adrenaline, I prefer to stay within the confines of my food chain. See some of the weather north of Cape Foulweather there. Somebody told me once that when the weather comes in off the ocean, it rather goes north or south of Cape Foulweather. And that's why they call it Cape Foulweather. And I couldn't help think to myself, that's pretty much true of every spot on the fucking coast, isn't it? North or south, one of the two. So I don't understand their whole premise of how the storm's split in half. I know that we're right in the throat of the dragon, so to speak. When storms blow in off the Pacific North, this is where they land. It's also why I like this place so much. Never the same day twice. I found a nice big black buoy, but I didn't feel like carrying it, so I hid it in the bushes down there. I'll get it later and hang it on the fence at my buddy's house. I'll show you a picture of that sometime. I've been hanging buoys on it since I got here. When I got here, there was 3 buoys on the fence. Since I've got here, we've had to reinforce the fence to hold up the buoys. There's probably about 70 of them on there now. Some poor crabber lost a whole fucking string of buoys. They weren't hooked to nothing but each other. I don't know how they ended up in the water, but it was a whole about 15, 20 of them. If these guys picking sand shrimp, krill. I guess anything they can catch that washes up in that in the surf there. These are called oyster catchers, by the way. These are the females, which are kind of brown, darker than the sanderlings. That's how I can tell them at a distance. And then that long beak gives them away. But the males are jet black with red eyes and a red beak. If I can figure out how to throw a picture in, I will. What the males look like. And it's really odd. You'll see males, but you only see them in groups of 1 or 2. And when you see the females, you probably can't see them. There's more of them up the beach. There'll be a dozen or more. And you never see more than 1 or 2 of the males together. They apparently don't like each other unless they're related or something. But yeah, that's a welcome sight after 3 days of rain. Tell you what, I'm literally laying up on a rock like a snake, sucking up the sun. So anyway, that's about it for lunch break. I have to get back on up the hill, shove some groceries in my face, get back to work. Thanks for hanging out, guys. One last look at the beautiful surf rolling in here. Peace, love, and extra sprinkles.